in the running community in South Africa, when you travel around and you visit people and you run races, and the first thing people always ask you, have you run the Comrades? And when you say no, they're like, oh. It's like so in the running community, runners accept you more if you can say, actually, oh, I've actually finished the Comrades. So it's,
and this being, what made you decide that, okay, now you're going to do your first one now?
I've always wanted to do the Comrades ever since I was a young girl, and watch Bruce Fordyce run the Comrades. It's always inspired me. And then, but coming from a track background, it really took me a long while to build up to a marathon. And at my age now, I'm looking for something new and new goals. The only times I ran barefoot was on the grass of the track. So yeah, I'll definitely run in shoes. Yeah.
I love the fact that you have not picked up a single nuance of Americanism. There are people who've been there for 2 weeks and they come back speaking more American than American.
My English never improves. The only time I speak English is when I go to the shop. So my English just stays the same. That's probably why I still have the Afrikaans accent. My kids still speak Afrikaans, and that's our home language. My whole approach to everything in life is keep it simple, because then the less there is to go wrong. So growing up in the Free State, my mom was a really good cook, so she would cook. We had home cooked meals every day, which was like protein, vegetables and stuff. So I grew up eating balanced, normal food, but always a lot of protein as well, because we come from the Free State, a lot of biltong and wheat, and some Dutch influence, so we love cheese as well. So and my dad was English, so we always had eggs for breakfast. So I think growing up, I just had a normal lifestyle, and just ate normally, and tried to. My mom tried to keep us healthy and eat a balanced meal. So I still try and eat that way. I've never really loved a lot of pasta and carbos and stuff like that. I've always tried to eat as closely as possible to what my mom taught me how to eat, and maybe she was right all this time. When I was pregnant, I had these crazy cravings. So, and when I'm running as well, some days I'll have these cravings for ice cream and like cheese, and I'll know my body needs something special. So I think it's important to get to know your body.
You still run almost on a daily basis for long distances, 24, 25, it's apparently nothing to you. When you're not running for 25 Ks a day, what do you do? What do you fill your time with?
My oldest daughter is 17 and my twins are turning 14 in 2 weeks, so they keep me busy with the activities. And then, I'm also involved with Newton. I'm one of their sponsored athletes internationally, so I have to do some promotion for Newtons, and I go to expos and stuff like that, and it keeps me quite busy.
Do you run with music in your ears?
I like running in the woods, or in Bloemfontein I go out running on the farm roads, which is really quiet and there's no one there, so I like the quiet and the silence and the call of nature, so I don't really like running with music. But I think it's to be honest, I don't like my daughter running with the earphones, because it's quite dangerous. You don't hear the cars. And when you're out running, your hearing is probably your most important sense, because you don't always see danger coming, but you can hear a lot better than what you can see, especially at dark, when it's dark, or early in the morning when it's dark out. Yeah, South Africa is my home, and especially the Free State. I'm a Free State girl. My husband was born in Stellenbosch. He's a Cape Town boy. So yeah, we are discussing it. It depends on the kids and what their education. At this moment in time, my daughter just started high school, so it's really difficult. But South Africa will always be my home.
What are your reflections as a South African who wants to be home, who wants to be here, and reading up about what's happening?
It's really difficult, because when someone doesn't know South Africa, or they're from outside South Africa, and they read the news, they get all upset about South Africa and whatever. But if you're a South African, I think we have that inborn tenacity, or we've survived so much. And as a South African, you know you have that tenacity that many other people from other countries don't have. And I think we should cling on to that and just keep on having hope, because a situation is never hopeless. So when I read bad things in the news about South Africa, I think there must be something good that can come out of this as well, and not just bad. And then the good things aren't really reported that much in the news in the world. You only see all the negative stuff that's happening in South Africa. But as a South African, my attitude is always you have to have hope.